Guys, so I'm laying in bed because I feel like crap, but I cannot stop thinking about this scary story that I heard. So I want to share it with you guys, but I heard it in Spanish, so I'm going to try my best to translate it. Okay, so this happened in Mexico, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to Mexico, but a lot of the times, like neighborhoods have these parks in the center where it's like full of trees and they have playgrounds for kids. Anyway, so there's 3 girls at this playground and they're by themselves, and the reason why they were there was because they wanted to hear one of their friends break up with her boyfriend over the phone. Oh, I forgot to mention that they were there in the middle of the night, even though they knew that their parents told them not to be there at nighttime. So the girl calls her boyfriend, or soon-to-be ex-boyfriend, and she starts explaining to him that she needed to talk to him about something, but he interrupts her and says, "Wait, who's the little girl singing?" And the 3 girls were like, what the fuck? Because no one's talking except that one girl who's talking to him. And there's nobody else at the park, so there's no way that he can hear a little girl singing. Long story short, she tells him there's no little girl at the park, but she ends up breaking up with him. The call ends and they're about to start going home. 2 girls did not live in that neighborhood, so they had to take a bus home. But that one girl that did decided that she was gonna walk them to the bus stop and then just come back through the park on her way back home. So she goes with them, leaves them at the bus stop, and then comes back to the park. She was gonna go around the park, but she decided that going through the park was gonna save her some time on getting home. So as she's walking through a trail, she starts hearing a little girl singing, and she can hear a swing back and forth. Oh my god, I'm getting scared. So as she's going through the park, she knows that she's about to hit the part where the swings are, so she's probably gonna see whoever's swinging there and singing. At this point, she had a really, really bad feeling. She still keeps walking, and she gets to the point where she can finally see the swings, and she sees a little girl swinging and singing. She said that little girl had like a dress on, and she just seemed very off, so she decided to just keep going and just mind her business, except for the fact that she stopped hearing the swing. And she turns to the direction of where the swings were, because at this point it was behind her, and she sees the little girl. But the little girl is facing her back towards her, so she can't see her face. She could only see her from behind. Tell me why this little girl started running towards her, but not running forward like a normal person. She was running backwards full speed. So this little girl is running full speed backwards towards her. Like fucking what in The Exorcist, right? And she says, I don't know how, but I started running. She started running, and not just running, but she started screaming, help, help, like in hopes that somebody would just walk out of their home, and no one was coming out. She would look back and the girl was still running backwards towards her until one person came out of their house. She ran to this man and he's like, what's going on? And by the time she stopped right in front of this house, she says that she felt an arm touch her shoulder, almost as if the girl caught up to her. But after the guy came outside and she turned around after feeling an arm on her, no one was behind her. She explains to this man what happened, and he decided to walk her home. And on the way home, he starts telling her about things that people have seen in that park, and that other people have been talking about a little girl that they've seen in the park. Anyways, she gets home and tells her parents everything. They even had to take her to like a curandera, which is like, I think it's a person that, like, I don't know if it's a witch or not, don't quote me on this, but they cleanse you. Like if you get scared or if something like bad touches you, I think you need like some kind of cleanse. But yeah, she never went back to that park again, or at least not after nighttime. Honestly, I love reading scary stories, but at the same time, I can imagine all of this in my brain, which is why I love to read. But that shit with that little girl running backwards, I cannot get it out of my head, and it's so fucking scary. I can't. The way I have fucking chills right now just like retelling that story. Oh, I'm scared.